I'm headed to run errands. You jumping in the passenger seat? Come on. The door is unlocked. Let's ride. So I need to go pick up an order. I'm mad at myself because I went to pick up an order the other day, Saturday, and I forgot that I had 2 orders. Y'all, irritated the mess out of me. So we're going to pick that up. But we're about to do this huge loop because my uncle called and he was like, I got some green tomatoes. I got some rude neighbors. My uncle called and said he had some green tomatoes. So I'm headed out there to grab those from him. And it was funny because he's like, I was calling to see if you was going to Asia. And I was like, I'm not going to hurt till Friday and I don't want my tomatoes to turn. And then it's me also being like, the cost that I spent to roll out is the same cost of me rolling to the one place that does have my green tomatoes locally. And I am grateful. I was like, no. So that's why I was like, let me just go ahead and go. Because sometimes I can be so pressed for time that I don't enjoy the little things. And it's like, no, your uncle called and you ain't got nothing to do. Go get it. So that's what I'm about to go do. And so thanks for riding with me. Oh, we got a debrief. Because, baby, I done posted everything from last week. I'm all in my feelings, but I also have a level of joy and happiness that I know they're not synonymous, but still. Hold on. We'll talk about it. Happy Tuesday. I hope that y'all had a safe and enjoyable Memorial Day. I rested, and it was almost that rest that you like, girl, you're lazy. I was almost to that line of like, oh no. But also it felt good to just chill, like completely chill. My mind was clear. I had edited everything. And then I ended up getting like 8.5 hours of sleep last night, but I had to be intentional about that. And I was like, I've been doing just sleep tea lately, but I was like, let me go ahead and take a sleep pill and my sleep tea, and it was well worth it. Then my neighbor cut her grass at 7:30 this morning, but I had already cleared 8 hours, so I can't complain. That I can't. Okay, so I have officially posted everything from last week. That is all the things with life from car chat. What's my order? I don't know my order. Order is Pac-Man, daily vlog, passenger seat vlog from the window being shattered, and oh snap, that was just a content rich thing. The heirloom 100% dedicated gluten-free restaurant in Monroe, and then I just posted the 24 hours in Monroe vlog, travel vlog. All of that is out. First of all, watching the footage back after living it, oh my God, I said, Brittany, I am so proud of you. And it's that moment of we can stay so humble that you're not sitting in the moment and enjoying it. When I tell you, first of all, last week, it was just my game changer moment. Like that is a date that I have written down. And it's like, no, that was a moment that I felt myself grow up, feel like I was actually grown, feel like I could do this again, feel like I was worth the money that was spent. Because that was the other thing about it all. I told Mom, it's like I'm only an hour and a half away from home. It was the amount of things that I had to pack. And she didn't understand what I meant until she saw me packing up the cart to go load back into the car to come home. It was a full cart just for me. And it's like, girl, you are not worth all of the planning, the prepping, and then it was the money. It was like, okay, I haven't done a hotel by myself because I'm splitting everything. Everything in my life has been split when it comes to a trip. And so it's just like, okay. It's like, girl, you are not worth it. It's the day of being like, you could come actually, you could drive back home. But to have the heirloom experience that I had at the dedicated gluten-free place, to talk with one of the chefs, to have an amazing waitress, to talking to the other people, to talking to the bakery, to the baker, like what? Like no. And it was me already being nervous to vlog there. One thing that made it feel so much better was that I had made a reservation, and then when I walked in, I walked in literally at 11 o'clock. So it changed over from the breakfast menu to the lunch menu. And so I came before the crowd came, which did my heart so well because I was able to sit wherever I wanted to, which after recording, I now know that I need to sit away from a speaker because the music was so loud in the video that I had to re-upload the video because I was trying to block the background music, but it was so loud. And I was like, okay, so now I know in the future, sit away from a speaker, identify these things, but until you do something you don't know. So it's like, Brittany, give yourself grace. You were over here beating yourself up for how the angle looked. I wish I would have got a better picture of the outside of the building. It's all of those things, but it's like, until you try it, you're beating yourself up over expecting you to know how something's supposed to be. It's like, no. And for me, I've seen enough food reviews. I've seen enough of these moments that it's like, oh, you should have had this. I didn't. And still, I think the video was great. I'm looking at my stuff. I was like, girl, I got comfortable. It was a part where my elbows were on the table, talking to people. It was just, I was me. And I was like, okay. You being you allowed you to be in this opportunity. I was so stuck on, y'all don't understand. I know for other people, the very thing that we see, the insecurities that we see in ourselves, is not as big for other people. Y'all, my weight is the first thing I see. My weight is why I want to pick my chair when I'm going to an event. I want to be on the outside so that I'm not worried about my fat being on somebody else's body. Like it's those things. I'm forever thinking about this. So for me to be like, okay, you're gonna go in here, you're gonna order 3 things. And I was like, okay, 3 things is what we're gonna order. And then it's like, okay, I'm looking at the food. I took the picture on my phone. I was just like, this looks real fat kiddish. It's like, Brittany, get out your head. You did not eat the entire meal. So girl, chill out. You know the battles that you are fighting. And you cannot not live your life because you're worried about what other people are going to say. Brittany, get out your head. And so it was the real-time realization of like, girl, you got to get out. You got to get out. And so to do it, and it was just like, okay, then I was proud of myself because y'all, I love me some dessert. Like, desserts are my jam, but I have been off of them since Lent. And every part of me wanted to break it just to try. Do you know that cinnamon roll was calling my name? And I was like, no. And I was like, Brittany, I'm proud of you. I am so proud of you because for me, baby, a little leaven's the whole lump. And so I'm coming back in like, mama, I got all of my sweets that I've been getting from my gluten-free box, the ones that need to be in, that are perishable, they're in my freezer right now. For all the candy and bars that I want, they are stacked up in the cabinet. Like, I have not touched them. I won't touch them. But for me, in those moments, it would have been like, oh, okay, well, just go ahead and try. Because, girl, I still got some Albanese Easter gummy bears that I bought 2 packs and had mom hide. But, like, it's like, no. Self-control. You are going to get this thing under control so that when you're able to be like, okay, cool, I had a cinnamon roll today and I don't need a donut for breakfast tomorrow. I don't need a honey bun for lunch and I don't need a piece of cheesecake for dinner. When I can get back to that place, then I can be like, okay, let's go. But for right now, keep flexing the muscle of discipline in this moment. So it was like, it took everything. Plus, Monroe also has a gluten-free bakery outside of Hotel Monroe, and I'm just like, brr. But I didn't even go. I was like, you're not about to tempt yourself. Miss D and the bakery at Heirloom, they just happened to be there. But that's why I was like, Miss D, tell us about it because I can't taste it myself. But if I could, baby, I would. That's the thing. Hold, please. Did they hit? Maybe they just broke down. Whatever the situation is, Lord, I pray that everybody is okay, and that they get to their destination safely in Jesus' name, amen. But it's all of those things, and then it was like me getting in the car, bro. Them tears were so real. Them tears were so real, and it was like, 1, I did it. 2, it was a moment of being like, I can do hard things. I can do things where I get out of my own head. I am my biggest enemy half the time. And it's like, no, here you go. And so it makes me excited to go. Like I can't wait to go to Colorado Springs That is one place that so many of my gluten-free people are, where they're located. And so I see their reviews, I see their different recommendations, and I'm like, I want to go there. It's like one day. Then I was like, I could do that as a solo trip, and it was like, no, take your mama with you, because she would enjoy Colorado. Like, I want to go to Colorado to experience Colorado, whatever, want to beat me up today. I want to experience the snow, but I don't want to get stuck there, if that makes sense. Just like, I just want to see from afar, but I'm here for gluten-free goodies. That's what I am. But it was like, okay, so then to watch it, yeah, I normally don't want to watch a video after I've edited. I've watched this one on the living room TV. I think all three videos I watched on the living room TV, and it was just like, okay. It's like, I'm so proud of these videos. I'm proud of me for getting past my head, getting past what other people may think, and then for the outcome of it all to be this level of joy and happiness. And it's just like, yep. And it made me go back to the video that I was like, I cannot wait. I've waited so much of my life to just enjoy these things, and it's like, girl, go. And who knew? I just knew that I was going to go meet my book buddy at this Priscilla Shirer event and call it a day. Did not know that it was about to be all that it ended up being. And that's the other part that made it amazing. And I'm sitting in the moment of like, girl, this was a random Wednesday and Thursday during the week. Then I come up to Friday. Friday was graduation, and it was the last event that I had to do for the school. And it was just like, I had all of the feelings that I was feeling, because one, I remember 4 years ago, bruh, going into it, it was literally me, my big bro, Kier, and Trey. Trey is Kier's husband. All at this event. I rented cameras, I rented lenses. It was me going into a situation. And so now that I'm completely done with the school, I'm just like, okay, I'm sitting in these moments. Plus, this next year rolls me into 20 years graduated, and I'm just like, okay. And I don't know if I don't think I've talked about this part of it on my channel at all, but me putting in my resignation letter made me feel like a failure. And I had to sit in this. I've talked it out enough for me to talk about it now. But it's like, it's one thing. First of all, I've never written a resignation letter, which is the other part. It made me feel like a failure, because it was like, oh, you couldn't do something. And that was not the case. It wasn't that I couldn't do something. It was the fact that in all of this, it was costing me more to do something than anything else. And so at what point do you have to call it? And that's where I was. But that decision to call it was challenging. And it was just like, okay, here it is. When I know that I'm not making the money back for the things that I'm doing, it's just like, you can't keep going. And so the releasing of that all in this weekend, it was just like, oh, here we are. And in it, I needed that moment in that sequence, because it's hard for me to release things. And it's like, Brittany, just let it be. But that let it be is not as easy. It's easy for me to be like, oh, I'm gonna let it be. But it's like, oh, but what about, and it's like, let God handle the rest of this. You're so used to controlling everything. No, they're gonna be okay. They are going to be okay. I promise. God got them just like he got me. It's like, what if the releasing of that season was also the thing that's going to push me into my next? I don't know what this next looks like. And that's also scary, to be in this next place being like, God, I don't know. I know what I'm praying. I know what I am about to work my behind off this summer. For my summers to be the slowest period of time for me, baby, here we go. Summer, let's go. I want to enjoy. I want to have fun. I want to do those sessions that you'd be like, girl, what made y'all do that? Because we could and did, and here we are. All right, got what I needed there. Now let's go pick up our shirt order. My friend's mama texted me and asked me to check on some pillows at home. So I'm going to do that. And because I'm in the same parking lot, I'm going to go ahead and go to Whole Foods They have some new oatmeal cream pies that are the Oreo brand. Bruh, as much as I want to get them, it's the same thing of me saying, you're not doing sweets right now. Don't buy them. And I think the thing is that with stuff being gluten-free, we're getting into the place where we have more options. But when you see those options, well, when I see those options, I'm like, oh, I want to try it. It's like, Brittany, you ain't got to. You ain't got to get it all. Like, you don't be wasteful. Let other people enjoy. But right now, it's over here like, Earl, let somebody else do it. Let somebody else try it. You don't have to review it. Even though my little soul, and I'm grateful for the advancement in gluten-free, because the difference of 5 years ago and now, just in my journey, it is a blessing. And so may they continue to grow so that we have more options out there so that you feel safe in eating out. That was the other part that I think I mentioned it maybe in my heirloom review. To not have to worry about getting gluten, to not worry about cross-contamination, to not worry about your waitress or your waiter knowing what celiac is, or understanding that the simplest taking the piece of bread off of somebody's order is not going to mean that I won't be gluten. It's all of that peace of mind to go and enjoy anything on the menu. Do you know how many questions I have for my waiters in a restaurant? It's just like, oh, are you sure? Are you positive? Like, can you clearly mark this that this is gluten-free? It's so uncomfortable. So to go in and not have to worry, I'm typically like, can I have a paper cup? Like, it's all of those little things. Can I have to go silverware so that I can eat this and not feel like I'm like all of those? And it's just like, all right, here we are. And so that little 1 day, 24 hours in Monroe did a whole thing for this unfolding process that I didn't even know needed to be done. That was the other part that I'm like, okay, let's go. Sometimes you just have to flex the muscle. Sometimes you just have to try it, and it won't always work out like this. Just like I was like, okay, me knowing that I'm by myself in a hotel, I ain't had no Tony's in me, and I knew I had some in my bag in the car, but I was like, I had already asked my mom to listen to stay on the phone with me while I walked up from the parking lot. And because of the amount of cars, it's like, okay, be aware. I'm already checking where my hotel is as I'm booking these things, because you want to be in a safe area, but when you don't know stuff, you don't know stuff. And so it's just like, okay, all of the little things, be alert. I know that when I get in my car, I can tend to fumble around, rumble, fiddle, fumble, one of them words. Baby, the way Muriel beat me up in that doggone car, I have replayed that moment. I was cackling. I was like, girl, why are you struggling with the word Muriel? But I just be fumbling in the car, and it's like, don't do that. Don't do that at night. Don't do that out when you're not paying attention. Like, no, pay attention. Lock the doors. Do the basic things that you've always talked about. But no, it's just you. Pay attention. All of those moments matter. It's just like, okay, here we are. I locked the door. I put the little thing on the door, and like housekeeping came on my checkout day, and she knocked, and I was like, I'm coming. She's like, oh, I'll come back. And I was like, okay. But I was like, girl, I ain't checked out yet. But me, I just be busting doors open. It's like, no, be alert, be aware, pay attention. And so I'm just like, okay, here we are. And so I was glad that I got to sit in the moment. Oh, then to go to the event, yeah, I am awkward. I am awkward to a fault. And it'd be like, dang, Brittany, be better. Like, I want to be better than I am, and I'm not. And it sucks. Because it's like, why did you make this awkward? I don't know. But I am. And it's just like, okay, be better. Be better. What I was gonna say? I was gonna say something else. Oh, then the event, like, so good. I see Carrie's mom when I get there. No, my client sees me, so she comes to speak to me, and then she tells me that Carrie's mom is up at the front, and so I went to go speak, got a good hug from her, and then you have this hour and a half, hour 15 wait before it actually starts, and so we're just chopping it up beforehand, and then Anthony did an amazing job with his worship set. Point blank period. That's him. Anthony has been CCM before Black people did CCM, so he's that good crossover person to give you CCM with Black voice on it. That was good, and the prayer part of Fervent, it pushed me because I don't mind praying for people, but it was a moment that she was like, if this is what you, like, she did some prayer prompts, and she's like, if this is what you need, raise your hand. Anybody that's around them, go pray for them. And I was like, okay, am I really gonna get up? I was like, no, I'm not. And it was like, girl, you heard the request. And it was like that conviction of like, just go. And so my first one that I prayed with somebody, he was an older white man. I prayed with him, but I had this other Black man that was praying down in tongues, and I was just like, ooh, here I am, my little insecurity. Be like, Lord, I want my good tongue to come out. I ain't got my tongue like that. Like, not to just start. Nah, I ain't got it. And it's just like, okay, I'm finna just do what I do over here. And so then I was like, Brittany, you are not finna go pray with anybody else. And then the second woman, nobody else came to her, so it was just me and her. And she had asked us to ask the name of them, and it was like 6 people. And I was like, Father God, in the name of Jesus, you already know I'm not about to remember 6 people's name at the drop of a dime without me having to like write them down. And it was like, Brittany, and in that little moment, it's like, come back. You didn't lost the whole point and purpose of this moment. Because the way I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna remember now. So I was like, all 6, and that's just where I had to stay so that I could stay in the moment. And then she gave me a really good hug after that. I was like, okay, proud of you. And it's just those moments where you don't know how much you know what somebody else going through. You don't know. And it's like, these moments matter. Why am I turning? Because I'm finna make a loop. So that I come home. No, so then I get back to the hotel, and it is me processing the whole moment, and I can quickly jump back into, putting on another book, putting on a podcast, putting on music. And it was like, I just needed to sit in the silence. And that's what I did. I didn't even edit that night. I was supposed to edit 2 sessions. I didn't. I was supposed to edit the vlog, and I didn't. I was in that moment. And then after I finished talking to y'all, I had FaceTime my mom, and I was grateful for her. Because I had her propped up on my little kickstand, and we was just chopping it up while I was eating dinner. And I drank my tea with her on the phone. And then I went and took my shower. And I was just in the bed, and I had worship music on then. But it was just in those moments. And then I did my brain dump. And I got like 8 hours of sleep that night, or 7 or 8 hours of sleep that night. And I was like, bro, I needed this. Like, and then I needed to sleep afterwards, because for some reason my sleep has just been jacked up. And it's like, what is this? Because I'm in that moment. Who was it in the Bible? Like, speak, Lord, your servant is listening. If you need to tell me something, it would be great to not get it in the middle of the night. But if that's what we got to do, then that's what we got to do, Lord. I get it. I'm listening. Speak, Lord. I'm listening. But it's like, I know that I need good sleep so that my body can keep functioning well. Because that'll be the first thing. It's like, have you been getting your sleep? It's like, nope. So now your pain is higher. It's all of those little things. And so it's like, okay. And then to get up and to do the go to the heirloom and to have the experience and enjoy my waiter and enjoy the crew coming out and the chef coming out. Maybe I called that man Marco, and that man's name was not Marco. I was so ashamed. And I was just like, oh, but it happens. Finally got Franco. Then he followed me on social media. I followed him back. It was all of that. And it was just like, okay, then get in the car. It's like, okay, maybe I will be okay if something happens to my mom. You know how, like, ultimately, but it's just like, who I'm gonna call when I need to. And I have people in my life that I could easily call, but it's nothing like your mom. And then I'm sitting in the mindset of, like, I have several friends who don't have that kind of relationship with their mother, and it's like I'm never trying to rub anything in their face about my relationship with my mom. And I also have to cherish this relationship because everybody got something that somebody else is praying for that you don't have. But I can't be so in my head that it's just like, oh, I'm overlooking these moments. That I can't do. So it's like, okay, Brittany, cherish these moments. That gives perspective to life that will make you do things totally different. And it's just like, okay, here we are. So shirts got done. I enjoyed my time coming back, knocking out graduation, sitting in my feelings, all the things, all of the things. And it's just like, okay, here we are. So let's go and make the most. I'm about to step out and just try. Just try. If it doesn't work, all I can do is say that I tried. And if it does not work, I can also find out what didn't work so that I can pivot and I can try again. I cannot let fear hold me back any longer. If I try to do some more mini sessions and they don't work, okay, do something different. And realize what worked and work it. So that's just the sweet spot that I am in. I'm trying to figure out, what did I need from Drug Emporium? I needed bread, but I can also get bread from Whole Foods. Also, dear Lord, let them have my bread that I need at Whole Foods. Otherwise, I'm just not gonna have bread because they ain't had none in Brookshire either. But I can skip an extra step. Yeah, we're gonna skip it. Yeah, we are. And so that brings me up to Sunday. What happened Sunday? Oh, we had graduation Sunday. 12 graduates. First of all, we had 13 on there. And I was like, I don't know who this other person is. Come to find out, it wasn't a real person at all. Most of my team leads were out as well. And it'd be like, okay, Brittany, I need you to buckle up and make it happen. And it was like, okay, we're gonna make this. And we did. There were questions that I didn't have. There were questions that I did not have answers to. Y'all, those are my moments of insecurity. We just talked about this the other week. When I don't have answers, it's just like, okay, I gotta have the confidence to know that if something goes wrong, I gotta take responsibility for it and tell them why I chose to make the decision that I made. Point blank, period. They were like, oh, the graduates walking in? I was like, ain't nobody told me nothing. I was like, we're gonna walk in from the side. And then afterwards, I was like, Brittany, you could have kept them out and all they had to do was walk across the stage and walk back in one time. Oh, but yeah, I had them walk twice. Forgot to tell my switcher that I was crossing them over camera 3. Forgot all of this. But I didn't want them walking through the prayer. Baby. It was all the things. And then the audio was messed up on the video. And I couldn't change it, couldn't fix it. And I was like, Brittany, it is what it is. It's like, cool beans. We're going to make a verse was missing from one of the songs. Just ask about it. You don't have to go figure it out. Ask about it. Now, then it was done and it was like, cool. And I didn't have to call my big bro. That was the other part. I was like, here we are. Here we are. Where's at home? This is Home Goods. Am I right? Yes. Let's go to Michael's first. Something in my back is rattling. I think I know what it is. But yeah, it was just like, here we are. And then I came home and grilled so that I didn't have to do it on Monday. And it irked me because it was a slow grill. Oh, it was a slow grill. And now I want my big dog grill. And it's in my cart. I just don't want to pay $500 for a grill. That's what I don't want to do. But I miss my big boy. But it'll be worth it. It will be worth it. And I'm like, they're not going to go down over the summer. That I do know. So you just want to get it and deal with it. But big dog on with me when I get married. Trust and believe. Plus, my mama ain't finna grill. She don't know how to light the fire. I love you, Mom. Oh my gosh, growing up, we had asked Mom to light the fire. She was like, they're not lighting. The baby just had fire, a match, and some charcoal. I don't know who you blowing at. She just had match and some charcoal, and she's like, it's not lighting. Girl, you need something else. Best thing. That was a childhood memory that stayed in my core memory bank. And I'm like, Lord, don't ever take that memory away. Because, baby, the way I have cackled on random days when I think about charcoal and my mom lighting it, and she's like, it won't light. I bet it won't. No chimney, no nothing. Good times. Y'all made my trip back to your drive even better. It's the fact that I've been talking 30 minutes. I just be talking for real. Only child woes. That's what that is. Only child woes. And I've made it to the light in front of Michael's. I want to go into my little old lady store. I got time. Why not? Let's go into Cato's. I saw one cute dress on their website that I really, really want. But I guarantee you they ain't got it in my local one. But we're going to see. Yep, we are. And I'm going to pick y'all back up after I go to Whole Foods. Out the way the disappointment just hit me. Oh my gosh. I put in my uncle's address. Our GPS was like 33 minutes. And then I still got 30 minutes from his house back to my house. I said, can I sit in the duality of distance and gratitude? Because Brookshires is 12 minutes away from my house. An hour in total. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I also need to do better. When I tell you I had so much footage that was leaning on the everlasting arm of Jesus, I was like, Brittany, what happened? So as I was in Whole Foods, I was like, straighten up the camera, girl, because you over here with leaning. You got to turn your head to look at your footage. I tried to straighten up some of it. I ain't straightened up all of it. It was one that I forgot. I was like, oops, my bad. My bad, my bad, my bad. Okay. I text my uncle, but should I call him? Tell him I was on my way. I don't know if he'd be checking his phone like that, though. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. I stopped in the at home for my friend Mama, but they didn't have what we needed. Oh, I didn't text her either. I'm on my final stop, but I was like, an hour? I just knew in my heart of hearts it was gonna put me on the interstate, and it was like, no, you finna get right back off this side road. Okay. No interstate for you. Because I was like, yeah, the interstate may take me a little wider, but it'll be worth it. No. No, no, no. No, 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 no. But Whole Food did have my bread, so I'm grateful for that. We're gonna take the little wins and we're gonna let them carry us on through our hour journey. But what I'm not about to do is chop it up with y'all for another hour. So on that note, I'm closing out this passenger seat right here. Cause mama already be saying, you just be talking. And I do. Yep. Oh. Bye y'all. I lied, I'm back. So I had, but everybody know, Brittany is the one that is afraid of dogs, and he had one of his dogs tied up to the tree because squirrels was getting into his corn. He's like, I'm just letting you know, there's a dog out, but it's tied up. Y'all love me because y'all already know. I remember his hound dogs from me growing up as a kid, but they were like always in the cage. But if I would have saw it out, I probably would have panicked. But it was the fact that he heard the dog and he was like, I'm letting you know, baby, please no. Your girl is scary. Your girl is scary. That I am. That was all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday. We're about to run to the studio. Smash cake session. What's my theme? Strawberry shortcake. And I struggled with the theme because I wasn't finding strawberry shortcake stuff. So I was going off of Very Berry. Because that's the, when you typed in that on, what's the website? Amazon? That's what came up. So I was using the backdrop that I had for 7, and I was just gonna add in more berries and call it a day. Then I found a strawberry shortcake balloon, but that's like all that I have. Strawberry shortcake, and so I put a strawberry shortcake on her shirt. And yeah, that was all she had. So hopefully it can come out cute. Y'all already know how I felt about the strawberry backdrop. But if push comes to shove, I can always go solid pink and play the strawberries off of that. So I got options. Yeah, let me tell you, this is why meal prepping for me matters. So I was gonna start my day without pain meds, and then my body was like, girl, boo, you need to eat so that you can take these pain meds. So I haven't done breakfast prep this week because I had a slower start, and when I have a slower start, I'll just start with lunch and call it a day. All right. So in order for me to be on time with everything, I was like, you just bought French toast sticks from Whole Foods. Y'all, I shouldn't have hit the box. But I had to look at the box to see the serving size. 3 French toast sticks, 450 calories. Just guess how many carbs. Just guess. 50 carbs for 3 French toast sticks. I said, oh my gosh. Mind you, when I make my French toast, I think it's 2 carbs per slice of bread. I typically do 3 pieces. And everything else is like a carb. I'm thinking, yeah. So max carbs for 3 slices is no more than 15 carbs. I said, this is ridiculous. And then I bit into one. It was amazing. It was amazing to the point of me looking at the package to be like, where's the word gluten-free? Because our stuff don't taste like this. Like, bruh. I said, I know you lying. I know you lying. It was buttery. It was thick. It tastes like real bread. Like, oh my gosh. And then I'm telling mom, I was like, but the other part of all of this for me, the 3 don't do nothing. It's just carb heavy. And I'm like, I was like, I just want to throw them in the trash because they that good. But 50 carbs. This is the battle of like, oh, you trying to, baby. I'm just trying to be skinny thick. I just don't want to be fat thick. Like, the struggle is real. So now I'm like, okay, that was 50. Let me just go ahead and skip lunch and just eat dinner and then start my intermittent fasting window early. Like, that's the only way my mind is processing all of this. Because what are you doing? 50 carbs to start the day? Oh, and not even be full? Bruh. I said, this is not it. This ain't it. But them bad boys were good. Like, I went back to the box to make sure they said gluten-free. And I knew I had looked at it, but that's also the other thing. When we get some good stuff, you be like, this is gluten-free? Bruh, where's the label? Where's the label? Them bad boys were so good. They were so good. But 50 carbs, that's just not the life I'm in when I'm trying my best. Giving you the best that I got. This ain't it. So back to meal prepping I go, because for the price of them, baby, get you another loaf of bread and go make your French toast. And that I will. But them bad boys were amazing. Okay, Brittany, get them off your mind. Get them off your mind. I can't. They were that good. Like, this takes me. No, they were better than. I used to love. Is it Burger King or Sonic? One of them had French toast sticks that were great. Or is it Whataburger? Baby, I don't know. I done been out the fast food line. How many years? Is this 5? Shut the front door. Yeah, Dad's been gone 4. Oh my gosh, that's wild. And see, it's a convenience thing as well. Like, meal prep matters in all of this. Because my dedicated gluten-free place around here, 30 minutes away from me, the amount of people that were talking about heirloom, I'm like, it was well worth it. It was well worth the drive, the trip. My friend's like, let's go, baby. Let's. You tell me when you available, and we can have a good chop it up situation. That's our hangout, is to go run to Monroe, and yeah, I'm here for it. But it's like, but to like not be able to jump in a drive-through line and get something conveniently, it makes you plan. And if you don't plan, then you have even more frustration. Oh, Brittany, you got the cake. Slow down in the roundabout. Oh, please. Don't shift. Okay, well, sounds like we shifting. Yeah, if you don't plan, then you got even more frustrations on you. And that's the part that, like, I had to learn the hard way. It's like, no. Yeah, if you know you got a solid 8-hour day, go ahead, plan it out. I know the things that I don't mind eating cold. Sounds so weird, but like I can handle cold pizza and be just fine. But it's certain pizzas, like, I never think of the name of the brand until I see the box. For Cheddar, they have a good pizza that holds well and doesn't go horribly tasting when it gets cold. Because a lot of my cauliflower crust pizzas, bruh, you need to warm them up. Otherwise, the taste of the cauliflower is so strong that you be like, I don't want this. I do not want green eggs and ham. I do not want them Sam I am. That's how bad it be. I was like, okay, cool beans. I know what I can and what I can't do when it comes to that. Chicken salad is my go-to. I will throw it in the thermostat. That is not the word. Why have I been calling everything a thermostat? I was looking for a thermometer the other day. I was like, where's the thermostat, Brittany? Get it together. I'll throw it in one of my thermals. And the other part of all of this, sorry y'all behind me because I know I was going slow through that one. The other part is it'll make you invest in the things that will make and keep things longer. You know what I got and I never used was my crock pot lunch warmer. Like you can plug it into an outlet if you were somewhere. I had every intention on using that bad boy and I have not used it yet. It's sitting on top. But it's definitely made me invest in, there's not a thermostat, in a thermal cooler to keep like my chicken salad. Because baby, when I tell you chicken salad didn't save me, a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich will save me. It's all of those little things, which is also why I was like, okay, go ahead and get the freezer. Because for longer trips, you just prep. And to have the peace of mind. That's the main thing for me. It's like, no, I need the mindset of I'm gonna be okay. And that, my friend, is why all of the little things matter. Because baby, I done been down the rabbit hole like, what would this look like for my family? Like, I think it's gonna feel the same way with like my mom. She would do her keto bread, and that's the other thing. I wish she would do my bread, but baby, everything costs. My bread is higher than her keto bread, but it's like it's keto, gluten-free, separate toasters. All of those little things matter. So I was just like, I think with my family, it's just gonna be what we do. I'm not gonna stop my husband from eating out if he wants to. You just gotta understand, you can't come straight in from eating out and kiss me, and then you cross contaminate. It's those things that stay in the forefront. But I was like, even with my kids, they gonna have to have McDonald's with somebody else to know, because everything else is gonna be gluten free, and that's just the way it is. All right, I want you to get off of my tail. Thank you. All right, let's go make it happen, Captain. Man, change worship set from Sunday. That bad boy was amazing. I had it on repeat this morning. Get up, get up, get up. All right, one more stop and we done. I have not posted since Friday, so I need to go make some posts. I was looking for, baby, the way that word beat me up on that other vlog. Outsourcing. Everything is trying to run through AI on what I see, and I don't want to run AI through my images, just because I don't need you modifying nothing. It's like, oh, I thought this would look better, but it's my image. Like, I need you to not touch any of that. Like, I had a client that wanted something really specific, and so in order for me to get her what she needed, it was like I needed to tell AI to generate the image that was needed. I needed to cut her out of my original image and place her on top of it, try to make sure I covered up the AI hands, and I'm like, this sucks. I don't want to do all of this. I didn't ask you to change that. All I asked you to do was give me a background switch, and you over here changing how the person look. That's the same thing with like my thumbnails. I'd be like, bruh, it'd be like, you wanna redo your thumbnail to look like this? Girl, who is that in this thumbnail? Because that's not me. It's the shape of my head, the color I had on. But whose eyes are those? That ain't me. Which is the thing that is catching YouTube. But if you want your video clicked on, it's like, oh, go ahead and no. That is not me. It was a picture. I don't know who. What picture? Oh no, the food review. I didn't put a picture of me on. Hold up. He don't love me like I love him. Slow down. Okay. It's just a four-way stop sign. Our red light. Our traffic light is blinking. Baby, this ain't nothing but a four-way stop sign. Why we acting like we don't know what to do? Everybody stop. Everybody go. Go, baby. Boom. We stop. They go. They go. We go. Let's go. It is not that complicated. Oh, he is in there working on it. Ain't that complicated. What's I saying? I don't know what I was saying. I was ready to wave because I just knew this was my church member and it ain't. My little hand was over here. Baby, that's not her. I don't know what I was saying. Oh, AI generated. And it's just like, okay, come on now. We just do that one part that we need. But if you want your stuff clickables, then put the perfect thumbnail. Be like, baby, maybe this is why I'm stuck the way I'm stuck. I'm finished to just be stuck. But can I also say that I have been enjoying just creating. It's more for me than it is anything else right now. I'd be like, okay. Yeah, we got a goal of one day being like, oh, we got a brand deal, whoop, whoop. Like, but we ain't there yet. But right now, I am enjoying that part of the process. I'm like, oh, thank you. Like, I got 3 videos that I need to record. I just lost all of my energy last night. I was like, I had edited the pictures from this weekend, ordered the pictures from this weekend, and then had a tough conversation. And I was like, I'm not gonna record because I'm not finna bleed on this video. And I was like, okay. And I ain't even try to get myself up this morning to put on. I'm like, nah, we finna sit in it. But that's why I say I appreciate great worship sets, light change. Cause that was 34 minutes of oiliness. And it'd be like, okay. I'm walking out of that thing. No matter how this thing looks, I'm walking out of it. And it's the fact that I don't have to walk out of it alone. This whole journey of this thing called life, you don't have to do it alone. I'm just asking the Lord to heal me quicker. That's it. It's like, if I am going to be the hands and the feet, I should probably take an umbrella in. If I'm going to be the hands and the feet of Jesus, then I also need him to manage my heart and manage my pain and manage my care. And the flip that I had in my prayer walk yesterday was like, no, who I read? Rick Warren. And he was like, the very things that you do on earth, the enjoyable things, you're not finna just be bored in heaven. And I was like, what if my dad is in heaven joking with people, my grandma up there hugging people? I don't know what this thing gonna look like, but to be in heaven, and as much as we love and we miss our people, ain't no way I'm finna be like, man, you come back out of perfection down to this ghetto place and be back in pain and be in suffering and sadness. Nah. Yeah, it's days that I'm gonna hurt worse because grief is beating me up. But there ain't no way I would ask my dad or my grandma to come back down and be like, suffer with me. That's so selfish. And there's been plenty of days that I've been like, bring them back. And then the more healing I get, the more peace I'm getting. It's like, yeah, I miss you, and yeah, I love you, and yeah, I know how you fought, and I ain't finna do that. So in the meantime, I'm gonna sit in the moment. In the meantime, I'm gonna be grateful for the opportunities and the love that we have. And we're gonna get better. By and by. On the days where it feels like there is no hope, I am hopeful. Yes, I am hopeful for today. God got us. God got you in the broken place that you may be, in the hurt place you may be. Give it over to the Lord. He'll work it out. And I believe it. Baby, I got every song on me right now. Who sings I Believe? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know who sings that. Is that William McDowell? James Fortune. That sounds like a James Fortune. I bet I'm still wrong. Ivana, tell me. Bye, y'all.